guys, and welcome back to Semojo Homestead. Today we are continuing to work on the garden expansion. So very excited about that. Really hoping to get some of these raised beds done, and I'm hoping to get like all of the kind of arched beds formed up and stuff, but we shall see.
So just so you know, we are going to go ahead and change it up a little bit this week and do highs and lows at the end of the video and just go ahead and get right into our working on our garden. We would love for you to comment on what you are doing for a garden this year. If you are doing a garden, I know a lot of people have asked me about starting a raised bed or using a green stock for the first time. We would love to know if you're doing something new this year or if you are like us and growing your garden a little bit bigger.
Pun intended.
Ish. So make sure you comment. We love reading your comments. And if you haven't subscribed yet, we'd love for you to subscribe and share our content with other people that might be interested in gardening or homesteading or whatever it is that we do. So yeah, we would love for you to comment, like, subscribe, all those fun things, and share us with your friends.
Let's get started. So like we said, we are back out in the garden today and working on the expansion area. We're gonna work on getting at least one raised bed in place and set. If we have extra time this weekend, we'll go ahead and get the other raised beds made so that we can go ahead and get them placed. We also got our peppers moved out because we got to start moving these straw bales. So what we've already done, because I forgot to turn the camera on, is dig out a muscadine vine that was growing in the area. So fingers crossed it will not come back. But right now we are bringing our compost over. We're gonna mainly use it in this new area because the soil is just not that great. Even that topsoil that we had in the raised beds that we had showed you and talked about last week is not very good. So we want to really focus on amending this new area as opposed to trying to do the whole garden. The rest of the garden, that soil has begun to kind of build up and be fairly good, especially if we amend each hole with rabbit manure, then that seems to really help. But this area, this dirt just compacts so quickly. And so we're gonna try to get some organic matter in there to keep it loose so that we can work with it and grow something this year. We got all of our compost brought over here, got it kind of spread out, mixed in a little bit to at least that top layer. And so the next step is really exciting. It is laying out where these paths are gonna go so that we can start kind of getting all the good soil out of the path and into the areas where we're gonna mound up for planting. And so we're gonna use string to do that, to mark it off so we know where to kind of push back and dig out and all of that good stuff. And then we'll start making our rows. And those are gonna be a little bit more tricky just because they're gonna be curved. They're not gonna be straight lines or anything like that. I still have to set the raised bed that is already made. Yeah, things are moving along pretty good. I'm happy with the progress that we've made so far. We did use some of our like really broken down decaying straw or the straw bales that we use to overwinter our peppers and kind of spread that throughout it. So just again trying to get a little bit of bulk in the soil because it is so just, I don't know, crumbly, doesn't really, it's just not good quality. This is our soil. That's the topsoil. Oh, the wind blew it in my face. That's the topsoil that we paid for. That's my disappointing purchase. So we're trying to amend that, get it a little bit better so that it will actually have like nutritional value to it and we can grow something in it. We're gonna get these things marked off and look at where we're gonna be. This will be actually our first real kind of peek at the scale of this thing and what we're gonna have to work with. It's one thing to put it on paper, it's a whole nother thing to put it in reality.
garden, we had a little bit of excitement happen. I was getting ready to come sit and film, and we literally had a black snake run from underneath the weed cloth where we've been working and climb all over me and go behind me. It was a little, I'm sure it was comical in the moment for everyone watching. For me, it was a little petrifying because all I saw was this thing slithering towards me, and then I felt it on me. It was a little interesting, but my wonderful dog knows my scream, and she came to my rescue, and she actually got the snake for me. I just wanted to update you guys though that we have marked off our walkways. We weren't going to hold off on adding our raised beds, but we actually kind of figured out that it's going to be easier for us to do the rest of the garden layout once we have the raised beds in place. We're going to do that now, and I'm so excited. I'm so excited for these raised beds. I'm so excited to see it just start looking like the space that it's going to be. So this decision has made my day. Also, we were initially going to put in 6-foot long raised beds, but the beds that we already have are already 7 foot. We figured, why waste the time and the resources? We're just gonna leave them 7 feet long. What that will do is it'll push back our arches a little bit in our garden, but we had a foot extra space in the back bumping up to the goat pen, so we actually have the space to do it. It's not a big deal at all. So we're gonna go ahead and leave them 7 feet long, which gives me extra growing space in them. So I'm super excited about that. I'm just really excited. I think that it's gonna be a great space for us to be in and to grow our food and just enjoy what we have out here and what we're doing. I can't wait to show you guys what we get done today when we're done doing all of it. But right now, we're gonna go ahead and get those beds put back together and put them in place, put the ones we have in place. We only had 3, and in this design we have 5. So we will be adding to that number, but we also are going to make these raised beds not as tall. So I think we have all the supplies. So we'll have to see, and we'll show you guys what it looks like at the end of the day.
One thing that's happening that was a little unplanned, but I'm really excited about, it was actually Cass's idea, is that our planter boxes, our raised beds, are getting decorated. Check these things out. Yeah, by the kids. So, Sayla, can you tell us what you're doing here?
Helping Joe with the bumblebee.
Helping Joe with the bumblebee. I like the bumblebees and the butterfly. Mo,
Yeah.
what'd you do?
I'm working on fixing my bees coming out of the bee hive.
I love that. So they are gonna actually paint, I think, all of the boxes and decorate them and make them look really pretty. So I'm super excited about that, just because it's gonna add a little family charm to the garden, a little extra say mojo going on. So yeah, we'll show you when they get it all done. Probably not today. It'll probably kind of happen over the next couple of weeks, but yeah.
So we got 3 of our 5 raised beds done. They are painted, and 2 of them are in place. 1 more to go, and it's been a successful day.
It has been.
Yeah. So we'll finish up some tomorrow. We're hoping to get out here and rake a little bit more and level some off and get this one in the ground.
We did get a couple of like the planting bed spaces marked out.
Yeah.
Like the curved part of it. And I'm really excited.
I am too.
Like,
and
I don't want to stop working today, but we have to.
Yeah. And we figured out where our green stock's going.
Yes.
And
we
we're
have
getting another one.
Get another one.
So,
Somebody's really excited about that.
I have been wanting a green stalk, so because the one we have is technically Jeremy's.
I guess I owe her one now.
Yeah, so I want one I can like choose what I put in it and stuff.
All right, so we are on day number 2 of the weekend and trying to get stuff done. We had some out-of-town guests come and spend the afternoon with us. So what we're hoping to get done is get the last 2 raised beds done, and then I'm having high hopes and hoping that we can at least start raking out some of the planting rows, but we'll see.
Well, it's been a fairly productive weekend, I think.
Yeah, we didn't get quite as much done as I was hoping, but that's okay.
Yeah.
We made a lot of progress.
Yes, we did.
And I'm excited about that.
I'm going to be honest. We got farther than I thought we would.
I did have very high hopes. Last weekend, we were like super productive.
Yeah.
So I had high hopes heading into this weekend, but a lot of this stuff we were working on was just a little bit more time consuming, like building raised beds and stuff.
Yeah, yeah. And just energy level was kind of lower.
Oh.
So
I like hit
getting
a
motivated.
wall. Yesterday. I was like, Cass, I need you to motivate me because I really just don't want to do this.
And sometimes that's how it is. You don't want to do it, but you know you need to.
Yes.
And you're excited about it, so you just go ahead and do it anyway.
That's right. And we got it done.
Yep. Yeah. So I'm happy with what we did. So highs and lows?
Yeah, let's do some highs and lows. We can't leave them out.
Yep. So one thing that I like about the way we're doing highs and lows this week is we wanted to be able to include our weekend highs and lows. Like, obviously, this gives us the opportunity to kind of use the weekend for that as well. So my low for the entire week, hands down, the snake. The snake incident, no. The snake incident was my low. I woke up in the middle of the night still freaked out. Thankful I didn't get bit, but like just that panic feeling. So that was my low.
Okay, so a quick little note on that. Yes, we know black snakes are good.
Mm-hmm.
And before chickens, we would definitely like not harm them. We'd even protect them.
Yeah.
But since we've had chickens, we have had some issues with them in the past, and we don't kill them, but if the dogs get to it, we don't really stop them either.
Yeah.
The other reason is because once Peanut's on it, it's already injured fatally.
Right.
And so it's best just to let her go ahead and do it in. So
Right. I feel like it would be mean at that point
to try to save
it. But, you know, with us having chicks also, I'm here by myself with the girls and the dogs a lot. And so when we had baby chicks being raised, we had a very scary incident with a large black snake.
Very large black snake.
Peanut came to my rescue. I don't ever want to stop her from doing that because sometimes it is me by myself with the kids and it's best to just let her handle it so I don't have to. And no one gets injured. On to my high. Leaving that behind us. My high was definitely having family come. I love having people here and being able to share. My family I came from a farming background, so for me, it was neat to be able to share this and what we're doing with family. So that was definitely my high.
That is neat, and for them to see this in the process.
Yeah.
You know, you kind of want them to see the end product, but also for them to see it in the process was really neat. They were actually the first ones that got to kind of see it firsthand. So that was fun. My high, I think, was the snake crawling. No.
Of course it would be.
No, it was a pretty intense moment.
It was very scary.
Until it was over and then it was comical. I think my high was probably this weekend, actually. Like, I had a really good week. Had a really fun project with work. I know that was my high last week, so I'm trying to come up with something different. But I think this weekend, and just having the kids out here, and they weren't out here like all day yesterday helping us, But there was a moment where they came out and they helped us paint boxes, or raised beds, which turned out really nice. They're gonna paint the rest of them, I think.
Yeah.
Right now they're motivated to. If they don't, I think we'll come out here and just have fun doing it. But yeah, just being out here with the family and having them help and everything was just a lot of fun. And seeing the garden kind of come together was also just another reason it was my high. I think my low, Cass's grandmother has been with us for, gosh, like 2 months now. And she flies out back to California on Wednesday. So I know it hasn't happened, so I guess it's the anticipation of it. But yeah, it's just, you know, we love having her here, so it's always kind of sad when she goes. But she will be back in just a little bit. So she's actually not going to stay away that long this time.
Yeah.
So Grandma, I know you watch these. You're on the clock. We're timing that return trip. So that about does it. This is kind of weird, like doing highs and lows and wrapping up.
I know.
I got to get into this routine if it becomes a normal routine. So we'll see.
Right.
But thank you guys for watching. As always, we really do appreciate you guys. Appreciate you watching, following along, and just being a part of this journey with us. It's really exciting knowing that we get to share this, just part of our lives, but also part of our hearts. And our passion with you guys. And so thank you so much. Again, if you like this stuff, and if you're still watching, give it a thumbs up. Let us know. Give us a comment. And you know what? Next weekend, hopefully we'll get this area finished. We'll do another video on it, and hopefully be able to show you the final product. But until then, have a great week and be blessed.
Thank you.